All right, so I'm fresh off the airplane from Scottsdale, Arizona after checking out the Lectric Bikes headquarters for a media day event, which I'm really excited because I got to meet other creators that are like-minded. With that being said, we also got to check out the all-new XPeak 2.0 and the Expedition 2.0, which dropped today. With that being said, this video is not sponsored by Lectric. Even though they flew me out there and gave me a hotel, I'm not required to say anything specific about their bikes, but we do have a video sponsor for today, Phantom Wallet. Today's video is sponsored by Phantom Wallet. Phantom has wallets that can fit any budget, any style, have RFID protection, and come with a lifetime warranty on all models. Whether you want something simple, slim, and on a budget like the Phantom S that can add accessories like a money clip, coin holder, or an AirTag, or if you want to have something a bit more high-end like the Phantom X that is all aluminum and can add accessories like a coin holder, cash holder, ID holder, silicone band, and more, or if you want to go full minimalistic like the Phantom C MagSafe wallet that can attach to your iPhone, all great options to keep you organized and minimalistic on a budget. Thanks again for Phantom Wallet for sponsoring today's video. Now, seeing where the Lectric Bikes headquarters is and the repair center for local riders as well as bikes that are shipped back for repair was really cool. As well as seeing how many employees they have in the call center to see who's answering the phones when you have a problem, as well as who's in the shipping center to see who's shipping out the products after you order them. Now overall, this is going to be a sneak peek and my first impressions of the XPeak 2.0 and the Expedition 2.0 on the Arizona terrain to give you guys my first thoughts on how these bikes actually ride. Do be on the lookout for both these bikes here up on the channel in the coming days, so let's get into it. Now let's take a sneak peek at the pricing and specs of the all-new XPeak 2.0, starting with the standard range. The standard range retails for $1,399 and has a 15 amp hour battery pack with a range of 65 miles. The long range retails for $1,599 and has a 20 amp hour battery pack with 90 miles of range. Now the XPeak 2.0 introduces the all-new torque sensor, which I'm really excited about because I love how torque sensors respond when riding. Other new features are an 8-speed Shimano drivetrain, lock-on grips, integrated color display, a larger 203mm front disc brake, and a brand new front suspension with 80mm of travel, not to mention a brand new hydroformed frame design. Now other features people might be familiar with is the 750 watt Stealth M24 motor that has a maximum peak of 1310 watts. You'll still get the same 5 pedal assist levels, giving you the ability to either ride in class 1, 2, or 3 on any terrain, with the ability to use the thumb throttle to have all the power at your disposal. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you get a brand new 203mm rotor up front and a 180mm rotor on the rear with killer hydraulic disc brakes. Another great feature about a bike at this affordable price point is the UL certification when it comes to a battery. The battery is certified in UL 2271 and UL 2749. Now finally, the XPeak 2.0 comes in Tempest Gray or Stratus White in either a high step or a step through. Now let's get this thing on the trail and show you what it's capable of.
Super rocky out here. A lot different than any other terrain I'm used to riding. But I have the background to be able to understand how a lot of these corners take. Transitions. So far, so good. I have the tires aired down a bit too to be able to get a bit more grip. Cut a little harder on these. Yo. Nice. And it's straight out of Mars. That's why I feel like I'm riding on Mars right now. See where Eddie is. Way out there. Left him in the dust. I was flying through there. I was like, left Eddie in the dust.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, fucking Fede's a beast on this. Holy shit, that's nuts.
So sick.
Cool,
You want to go up? Or you want to keep cruising down?
See like those little things of cactus right there? Don't fall on those little.
No way.
Keep going up.
Yeah.
No, mainly throttling.
Through that point when I was cruising, yeah, because you don't want to get crank bite on any of the corners. All right, here we go. We're going up this big boy. We're going up this big boy. Geared down. This torque sensor, pretty responsive actually. It's not necessarily instantaneous. You do have to put the effort in, which is definitely welcome because I love actually riding bikes versus just coasting on them and, you know, with a cadence sensor. No problem. No problemo. Oh, we got some downhills. Woo! Get some cars. So rocky. But that's what this bike is made for. Ooh. What's we got here? All right, so there's some pretty good elevation right here. I think we got this for sure. I mean, it's pretty rocky going down, pretty steep elevation, tapers off to gradual, and then
That looks crazy.
if I had to say, I mean, that's a steep hill. I don't even want to try to like pretend like I know the grade.
Yeah, I don't think it's done.
But I'm pretty confident we'll make it.
All right.
Let's hit it. Got some downhill. Careful with these rocks, Eddie. Oh my God. Yeah. Made it. There's so many gnarly rocks there. Let's get it. There's so many choppy, different styles of terrain here. Doing a bit sitting down, gear it down a little bit. Woo! Oh my gosh. That's a mega hill there. Let's see if this has an offer, and then we'll have to get some water. Oh, there ain't no way. I'm sorry. I do gotta say that these bikes will have limitation. And this is the limitation right here.
Now on to the Expedition 2.0, starting with the price point. There's going to be several price points when it comes to the Expedition 2.0, ranging between $1,399 and $1,999, depending on which package that you pick. Here's a brief rundown of some of the most notable features that have just been added to the bike. Starting with the frame. This is a redesigned, longer frame with updated tubing, which will give you a lot more accessories to be able to add on to the bike. The Expedition 2.0 now comes with an adjustable dual spring 50mm front suspension fork with a through axle. You're also going to get updated lock-on grips with trigger shifters, a color display, turning signals, an extra wide stance kickstand, a little bit more narrow of a tire to help with maneuvering and handling, a Shimano 8-speed drivetrain, and of course their all-new in-house design best-in-class torque sensor. Other familiar things about the Expedition is the 750-watt M24 motor that has a peak output of 1300 watts and a max speed of 28 miles per hour. The load capacity is still at 450 pounds and comes with 3 different battery options, including a dual option which provides you 35 amp hours of capacity and up to 170 miles of range. Now speaking of the batteries, they come with a UL certification of 2271 and a UL certification of 2849.
So whether you live in a city or a rural town, or you're just trying to carry your family, deliver some food, whatever it might be, this bike is actually pretty interesting. And given the fact that it has a lot of power, really solid price point, I think it's worth looking into if this is a style bike you're looking at.
All right, so in closing, these are my first impressions on both the XPeak 2.0 and the Expedition 2.0, and I should have long-form videos on both these bikes here in the coming days. With that being said, the XPeak 2.0 blew my mind on the trails that I took it on. I mean, I've ridden Scottsdale, Arizona on some high-end mountain bikes, and I felt sketchy on high-end mountain bikes. So I was a bit leery to take this thing off the beaten path, but I felt like it's my duty to kind of put these bikes through the ringer to give you guys the best representation of what these bikes are capable of. I mean, I was really impressed. The boulders, the lines, the downhill segment I was able to put this bike through, the jump I was able to put this bike through, and it still rode just like it did when I first picked it up. Now, Lectric really answered the customers and added a bunch of new features, which I can't wait to dive into with my full review. Next, the Expedition 2.0. This is probably the second or third time I've actually ridden a cargo style bike, and I didn't really know what to expect and where it would fit my lifestyle, but the fact that this bike comes with so many accessories and the fact that I'll be able to really put this thing to the test with a friend that has a delivery service really makes me happy. The torque sensor on both these bikes really outperformed my expectations. With that being said, I have a podcast that's going to be coming out. I'm going to the Micro Mobility event out in California here this week, and I'm going to be meeting up with Levi, the Lectric Bikes owner, and sitting down with him talking about so much stuff when it comes to industry, how he started, where they're going, and what they see in the future. And I really love picking the brain of entrepreneurs like himself. So be on the lookout for that video here in the coming days. So if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, put them in the comments below. If you guys like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.
So the trail that I just did, that was insane. Eddie's going down like that. He's like, oh my God. He said, nope.